Well, Kansas City heading into week 2 with a hot hand after we saw last week. 2018 MVP Patrick Mahomes once again leading the Chiefs to a week 1 dub. He's now 5-0 in season openers, throwing 18 touchdowns and 0 interceptions over that time. Mahomes seems to be carrying a little chip this season, saying after the game, I always had the mindset of proving we're the Kansas City Chiefs. We can still win the AFC Championship, we can win the AFC West, and win the Super Bowl. Take a look at those numbers. The proof is in the pudding here. 30 completions for 360 and 5 touchdowns. If you had him in fantasy, you loved him. 44 points there, leading to that 44-21 win over Arizona. All right, time to welcome in my guy Ryan Harris, of course, with the first edition of The Good, the Bad, and the Big Uglies here on HQ. And Ryan, we got to start with the good. No Tyreek Hill, no problem for Patrick Mahomes in this offense. Your thought on what you saw there from KC?
Just a wonderful performance by Kansas City, especially Patrick Mahomes. I mean, 5 touchdowns, and what I love, too, watching the game, they're still running the football offensively. They used Travis Kelce as a decoy after getting him a touchdown, and Juju Smith-Schuster had a heck of a game. I mean, they did have some issues holding on to the football, but just a wonderful, shocking offensive performance. There was a defense there for Kansas City as well, okay? That's a bona fide playoff team there in Arizona. But this Chiefs offense was unbelievable. We should not be surprised at the success of the Chiefs offense, but it was magical to see the way they called their plays. Hats off to Andy Reid.
488 yards for that offensive unit there in week 1. See what happens in week 2. How about the bad here? We usually don't associate them with this, but the Patriots, the struggle bus here against the Dolphins.
Interception, punt. That's how they started their day. They were on schedule at times offensively early in the game, but an early turnover, and then right before the half, the Patriots gave up a 4th and 7 to make it 17-0. Now, I don't know if Jalen Waddle and that Miami offense is just one of the best offenses in the NFL. Maybe we got to give Bill Belichick's defense a little credit, but they looked bad last weekend. You had Mac Jones complaining to referees. They weren't very efficient in any part of their offense, and uncharacteristically for a Bill Belichick defense, missing tackles, not being able to stop the run. I trust that Bill's going to get it figured out, but the Patriots were bad last Sunday.
By the way, it's crazy to think, but Tua Tagovailoa was 4-0 against Bill Belichick. Who would have thought that when he came out of Alabama, that would be his record against the GOAT there?
Wow.
Exactly. How about your Big Uglies?
For the Big Uglies of the week, I'm going to the Minnesota Vikings. It's amazing. The formula for a division win stays the same. Run the football. The Vikings offensive line called on 28 times, and both Dalvin Cook and Alexander Mattison averaged 4.5 yards per carry. Oh, yeah, Justin Jefferson he got 20 yards per catch. So that offensive line doing its job, only allowing 1 sack as well. So hats off to Kevin O'Connell getting one of the best young offensive line coaches in Chris Cooper. That offensive line was rolling.
Vikings looking legit. Maybe a playoff team there in Minnesota. We'll see what happens. All right, we got to do something a little different here. How about your week 2 big men in focus, a matchup you might have for us here this weekend?
Well, I'm looking at Taylor Lewan of the Tennessee Titans versus Von Miller of the Bills. Now, the Titans offensive line did do well against the Giants, but the Giants were without their 2 top pass rushers. You're going to get Von Miller at home, that on the turf. Woo, that is a very different game. So Von Miller is going to be waiting. He's going to have that crowd noise. He's going to be jumping the snap count. So all eyes are on Taylor Lewan if the Tennessee Titans want to be victorious against the Buffalo Bills.
Ryan, I'm surprised. Sound effects this morning. No coffee this morning. You okay? You all right?
Hey, man, we can't give it to him all the time. When I think about Von Miller on turf, on the road, I shudder. It's hard to make noise when you're cold on the inside. Your soul's worried, just worried right now. I hope he's sleeping, Taylor Lewan. Get some sleep.
Yeah, he's going to need it. Von Miller, of course, had 2 sacks against his former team, who he also run that ring with there with the Rams this last season. All right, Ryan Harris, as always, my friend, appreciate your time breaking it down, giving us something there to look at into week 2. But, hey, the guys at Pick 6, the Super Friends, Will Brinson, also joined there by Tyler Sullivan, John Breach. Look ahead into week 2 with betting trends, picks, previews, fun facts, and notes you need to know. Look, football season is here. We're heading into week 2 this weekend.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.